There is a version of you sitting somewhere right now, living the exact life you dream about, and the strange part is that version did not get there through luck or timing or some secret shortcut. They got there because their brain was wired a little differently than the version of you sitting here watching this video, and today on Mind Wave Theory we are going to rewire that thinking together, piece by piece. So stay with me because the last part of this video is going to change how you see every single failure you have ever had, and if you are new here, this is exactly the kind of content we dive into every week, breaking down the mind behind success, so make sure you hit that subscribe button before we go any further because you will want to see what else is coming. Let me take you back to a moment that changed how I understood success completely. I remember watching two people start the exact same business, same city, same budget, same amount of experience, and within a year one of them had quit while the other had built something that was actually working, and for the longest time I thought it came down to talent or connections or maybe even luck, but the more I studied it, the more I realized the real difference was happening quietly inside their heads. Long before the results ever showed up on the outside, and that is the part nobody talks about enough, the invisible mental habits that decide everything before a single dollar or opportunity even enters the picture. Here is the first piece of hidden psychology. Successful people treat identity differently than everyone else. Most people say I am trying to get fit or I am trying to build a business, but the moment someone shifts that language to I am someone who trains every morning or I am someone who builds things, the entire decision-making process changes, because now every choice either lines up with that identity or it clashes with it, and the brain naturally starts protecting that self-image. This is not motivation, this is identity-based behavior, and it is one of the most researched ideas in behavioral psychology because it removes the need for willpower almost completely. Now let me walk you through a simple demonstration you can try today. Take one goal you have been chasing and instead of writing down the outcome you want, write down the identity behind it. So instead of I want to save money, write I am someone who values financial control. Then for the next 7 days, before every decision, ask yourself, would this version of me do this? You will notice something interesting happen. The decision-making becomes almost automatic, because you are no longer fighting yourself, you are simply becoming the person who already does the thing. The second hidden piece is something psychologists call the discomfort ceiling, and this one explains why so many talented people stay stuck at the same level for years. Your brain has a built-in comfort range, and anytime your results, your income, your relationships start moving above that range, something inside quietly pulls you back down, not because you want to fail, but because your nervous system associates unfamiliar territory with danger. This is why people self-sabotage right when things start going well. They are not lazy, they are simply bumping into a ceiling that was installed a long time ago through repetition and environment. Think about someone who grew up watching money handled with fear and scarcity. Even after they start earning more, a part of them still feels unsafe holding onto it, so they unconsciously create situations that bring them back to a familiar level. This happens with confidence too, with relationships too, with every area of life, and the only way to raise that ceiling is through small repeated exposure. Stepping slightly outside the comfort range again and again until the nervous system stops treating growth like a threat. Now here comes the part most people skip, and it is the reason so many people give up right before their breakthrough. Success psychology shows that progress is never a straight line. It moves in what researchers call a plateau curve, meaning you put in effort and nothing seems to change for a long stretch, and then suddenly results show up all at once. This is exactly why most people quit too early. They are standing right before the curve bends upward, but their brain interprets the flat stretch as proof that nothing is working, when in reality that flat stretch is where all the internal wiring is happening. I want you to picture compound interest for a second. In the first few years the graph looks almost flat, barely moving, but if you stay patient long enough, the curve eventually shoots upward in a way that looks almost unfair. Success works the exact same way inside the brain. Every rep, every attempt, every uncomfortable moment is quietly compounding even when you cannot see it yet. And the people who make it are simply the ones who trusted the invisible math long enough to reach the visible results. So here is your simple takeaway you can apply starting today. Choose one identity statement and repeat it in decisions. Choose one small uncomfortable action and repeat it daily to raise your ceiling, and trust the flat stretch instead of quitting during it, because that flat stretch is not empty, it is loaded. And if this video gave you even one new way of thinking, that is exactly why this channel exists. So hit subscribe right now, because mind wave theory is going to keep bringing you the psychology behind success, behind money, behind human behavior, every single week, and trust me, you do not want to miss what is coming next.